So we may all have a paracetamol when we've got a headache, or have a coffee when we've had a late night. But how do pharmaceutical drugs affect river systems? A study led by York University has found that pharmaceutical pollution of world rivers may be worse than previously thought.
So when we release the drugs to the environment, affect things like reproduction and survival of populations. So we get these effects happening in the real environment.
At over 1,000 sites worldwide, the team monitored 61 pharmaceuticals, including caffeine, paracetamol, beta blockers, antidepressants, and antibiotics. Potentially toxic levels were found in more than a quarter of all sites. Sewage treatment and water filtration are affecting the levels globally. However, our disposal of medicines may also have an impact.
So I think education plays a role and encouraging practice, whether if you've got unused medicines, rather than throwing them down the toilet or throwing them in the waste, you take them back to the pharmacist and the pharmacist will dispose of them properly.
The incorrect disposal of pharmaceuticals has a huge impact on the environment. But what role do pharmacies play?
All pharmacies across the whole of Manchester and England are really happy for patients to bring back the medicines they don't need or use anymore. We know if they go into landfills and waste, they get back into the environment, and we're trying to prevent that. So we've got a scheme where we will separate the medicines out and we'll put them into containers that then go off to get incinerated.
A recent survey from the Consumer Healthcare Association, PAGB, found only 36% of patients take their unused medicines back to the pharmacy.
I have had quite a few people saying, oh, I'll just put it in the bin, and it's a bit like, well, I think they can get a fine if they do that. A lot of people don't necessarily know that they can bring them into the pharmacy.
I think people that have a lot of medication tend to know about it because they end up having sometimes a bit of a surplus. But people with the odd medication here and there, I'm not sure. I don't see it promoted anywhere. So
Sinead found the prospect of pharmaceuticals in rivers concerning.
That's really worried. That we should be taking care of the environment.
I think there's less than 5% of waterways in the UK meet the highest ecological standards. And I think that's a disgrace. But it's partly because of urbanisation, it's partly because you, me, everybody conducts their lives without too much concern for the environment around them.